Hey guys, so in this episode we are gonna do our first cave ever in this playthrough. It's the one in the southwest. In the south, actually, not the southwest, sorry. So for this one we're gonna use the baryonyx. It's the fastest and easiest way to do this cave. Also, because the cave is quite large, I will play the video recording at twice the speed, yeah, so we don't spend a lot of time. Now, the main concerns in this cave on mobile is a large amount of spiders and snakes and scorpions all attacking you at once, all at once. So you have to be careful. You have to arm yourself and defend yourself with the best armor and weapons that you have. Also, your baryonyx, I recommend having a decent amount of health, at least 3000 HP before you get into the cave, and also try to get the melee damage up to at least 300%, so you don't basically die and start all over basically from level 10, because we are on hardcore, right? So there is an intricate system of little caves inside the cave. You need to tread carefully. What I'm not going to do in this caving expedition, I'm not going to take any of the explorer notes. There are 3 of them in this cave. I'm not taking any because at the moment I don't know if this is the final baryonyx that I'm going to tame, you know. So this one was a pretty low level and didn't had a lot of XP multipliers, okay? So basically what that means is, because it was a low level, I think level 50 or something close to that when I tame it, it didn't get a lot of multipliers for HP and melee damage when you basically level up. And that means it's gonna be quite hard to get to the stats that I need for baryonyx later on in the game. Even though I'm trying to level him up, leveling up is not going to give me the same amount of stats that I want, right? So it's okay for this first cave. I can kill pretty much everything in here without a big sweat, but it's not going to be enough for later caving expeditions. So because of that, yeah, I'm not consuming any of the explorer notes. I'm just leaving them here so I can grab them with a different tame later on in the playthrough, okay? So be careful. Sometimes the creatures, although spawned, you won't see them. They are kind of intermixed with the walls and the different other polygons in the cave. That could be dangerous if you don't see the enemy up front. And also in this cave there's an area where you, if you want to pick up the artifact, you'll have to go under a very narrow path, and you won't be able to take your baryonyx with you. You'll have to go on foot. Again, very dangerous, alright? Also, you'll see the cave is constructed like a maze, although I've done this cave like 100 times already in previous playthroughs. I will still take a wrong turn at a certain point and I will end up in the same spot where I've started. So I'll have to do most of the journey yet again, just to get back to the place where the artifact is located, okay? In Ark Survival Mobile, artifacts are not really used to open up gateways towards bosses. In order to fight bosses, you simply need to go to the any of the obelisks and you will obtain a key from there that will open a dungeon. So it's a little bit different system from Ark Mobile on PC or on console. But you can get a couple of nice items that you can later on use for taming or for fighting, well, depending the luck you're getting, right? So there is a couple of loot crates, but they're not very generous. As you'll see, I'll get mostly nothing out of these loot crates, and honestly it's not even worth dismounting. It's quite a shitty experience, if you will allow me, as you can see there. Just despawn the loot crate by dropping everything in it, and after that it might regenerate a second time and you might get luckier, let's say. Alright, so also be careful to take with you enough berries so you can eat. You'll need a lot of major berries for yourself. You'll need for the baryonyx a lot of fish meat, because baryonyx it's only fish meat. Okay, so you need to have that prepared in advance. And also you should have the white berries with you, which I never remember how they are called. Those white berries reduces torpidity or the strength level of your beast, right? In these caves you get a lot of scorpions and snakes, so you need those to reduce the risk of your tame being asleep, right? That's gonna make you all alone in a very dangerous place. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of took a wrong turn now. I have to take the water route, which is not dangerous. It's pretty much, the water doesn't have any beasts in it, but it's kind of annoying. And this is going to be the first wrong turn that I take. I need to get over there, up there, and you cannot achieve that by just taking another route in the cave system, but you can do it by water as well. As I said, there's no dangers here in the water. You don't have any sarcos, you don't have any megalodons or anything like that. The water doesn't have any spawns in it, so you can just swim towards the location you want to go. But there's a faster way to do it by utilizing the cave system. So yeah, just for you to know that. And I'm gonna take a second wrong turn just in a minute, which is going to pretty much lead me back to almost the entrance of the cave, which is annoying as heck because you have to redo basically your steps. And in the caves, usually all the creatures, all the spiders, all the snakes, all the scorpions respawn. So it's bad, okay? It's uncomfortable. Also, here you cannot go with the berry, alright? You have to make a right turn here, which I'm not going to make. I'm going to make a left, which is the worst thing you could choose. Yeah, after I defeat all these spiders. Luckily enough, none of the spiders were above level 110, if I remember correctly when I did this. Mostly level 50s and 70s, and some were like level 100 and 110. Otherwise, it would have been quite dangerous with such a low level baryonyx to get all of them, you know. So yeah, I will really need to search for a better baryonyx to tame in the near future. Because the baryonyx has a very limited weight, you have to always drop the meat, drop any items that you don't need. You'll get a lot of items for killing scorpions and for killing snakes and spiders. So just make sure to kill, to actually remove all of those items so you don't get overweighted and stuck afterwards. It could be unpleasant. You see that it's like 5-6 snakes being deployed at once, or even 10-12 spiders at a time. And if you're overweighted, your attack rate is also slower, right? So you have to be careful about that. Okay, so here I'm taking the wrong turn and I'm gonna get lost, and I will have to pretty much track back almost from the beginning of the cave, right? So annoying as heck actually to do that. But one thing to mention, when you're caving, it's really good. It's a good farming experience because you get a lot of chitin, which then you can turn into more advanced saddles. Like, for example, for the Argentavis, from the Journeyman one upwards, you'll you will need a lot of chitin just to create. Even the mastercraft one is quite expensive, and I do have a ascendant one which is like 4,000 chitin, but that is going to give me a lot of armor on my Argentavis, so I really need that. Okay, so pretty much here I got lost. You need to just go underneath that small passing cave, whatever you want to call it. It's a little entrance on the left, and I forgot that I have to take that route to reach the artifact, so I'm just going to trace back to the beginning of the cave, which is annoying in a way because I lost a lot of time, but in the same way it gave me you know, more chitin, so in the end it's okay. I also kind of gotten a couple of levels with the baryonyx, which is not a complete loss. You need the XP, right, to be able to do greater stuff in the future. So yeah, I'm going to pretty much go back and redo the same route again. As I said, you can't really pass through here, and I remember that I needed to go through there for some reason. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just going right ahead after I'm disposing of the new spawned snakes and other creatures, and yeah, that's what I'm telling you, that you need those white berries to have with you, so you can actually reduce the venomous effect, right? The third quality. So like there's like 10-15 spiders getting spawned in this place. If you're advancing too fast, you might get them all at once, which is not fun. They will web you, and then the snakes will pretty much come and do their stuff and bite you and stuff, so be careful about that. It's really annoying to get them all attack you at once, but then again, I already have 1600 chitin, right, for just 10 minutes of caving, which is amazing. Not to mention the hide that you get from this experience. You'll get like tons of hide in here, so that's good. And here I go, making the right instead of just turning back towards where I actually needed to go to get the artifact, but that's fine, you know, I can kill pretty much all the spiders and all the scorpions in here as well. And despite this is a mobile game which is kind of old, the cave still looks damn good, actually, if you ask me. Using mobile technology, which is quite insane, right? It's a game that was developed like 7 years ago, and the last major update for the graphics was done like 3 years ago, if I remember correctly. So the technology is quite old, but still it's amazing how this game looks, right? So yeah. So now I'm going to get back basically to doing the same road, and this time around I'm going to remember to take the correct pass to get to the artifact, which is going to be scary, not gonna lie. It's kind of really uncool to go on foot and face a bunch of spiders and a bunch of scorpions when you have to retrieve this artifact here, but you know, it's what you have to do if you want to take the artifact back with you, and you want to do it because, as I said, you're gonna be rewarded a bunch of useful things. You can consider this one a shortcut, if you will. Kind of a shortcut, actually. So you're gonna not go through so much water if you don't like going into the water. But as I said, There's nothing to be afraid of in this cave. Water doesn't have sarcos in it, or megs, or piranha, or anything like that, so you're gonna be fine. Taking this route is quite guarded by a lot of creatures. So the advantage, maybe, if you want to think it like this, is you're gonna get even more hide and more chitin for your effort. But yeah, and you're going to avoid also getting too much into the water, actually, so maybe it's worth it, I don't know. The spawning system in the cave, it's quite insane. It's every time you're passing certain corners, the creatures are going to get respawned right behind you, which is cool in a way, because you can actually, as I said, get a lot of resources from doing this. Okay. We're gonna take the water route again, I think. And here is the place where you have to go underneath this passage, this little passage here, this secondary cave, if you will. It's really small, really low, really shallow. You have to dismount, crouch, and I suppose this is the best way to do it. Just take yourself a long neck with a sniper extension and just start killing whatever you see in the cave before you get inside, because there's gonna be spiders and scorpions there, and you might get killed depending on the levels these are spawned with. If they are above level 100, you pretty much need about 1,000 armor to survive. Not to mention the fact that you need to have with you a bunch of white berries just to get over and not fall asleep, basically, you know? So it's pretty hard. There you go. There's quite a lot of them in there, and you're gonna get attacked. I'm just getting jumped here. You can't really move when they're on top of you, so luckily enough I was able to kill 2 of them, and then I just have to deal with 2 more, and they were pretty low level. They didn't even damage my armor, which is great. Yeah, just go grab the artifact, get back to your tame, and then you can proceed to go outside the cave. And yeah, that's kind of it. The first artifact and the first cave, it's all yours now. So yep, just don't rush it. If you rush it around the corners, you might get jumped by a lot of spiders. Just walk slowly and you should be fine, passing all the threatening little corners and all the creatures that are inside here. Again, the same place. As you can see, the creatures spawned again. A decent amount of spiders and snakes, which they can all end up tranking you down, and that's gonna be pretty nasty to deal with inside the cave, so be careful. There we go. And now we are almost out of the cave. We just have to face a bunch of spiders that are here before we can exit. Let me clear the inventory really quickly so I don't get weighted down. I need to be able to attack. And as you can see, I have 3,000 chitin from this caving experience, which is insane. I basically can go and create the Ascendant Argentavis saddle now, which is really gonna come in handy when I start taking on Titans and Alpha Rexes on the island. It's gonna help a lot. Almost there. Just remember, you have to go upwards now, okay? Don't go down, so always try to get up inside the cave system and not go down, otherwise you'll just end up in the same place where you started, okay? Which is the middle of the cave. Every wrong path goes to the middle of the cave where that first explorer node is located. And from here on, nothing spawns basically. You can use this place actually to construct little bases or resting points, if you will. You can take stuff with you to make a little housing inside here, which could be helpful. Like you can actually place some containers, some boxes. And there we go. That was the first cave done. Now, in order to complete the quest, we have to take the artifact to the one of the obelisks that we so choose to go to. So in this playthrough, I choose to go to the green one, but you can go to the red one or the blue one, doesn't matter, as long as you reach the platform of one of the obelisks, right? Because the quest is actually to complete the returning of the artifact. That's what you need to do. So here's a very good place for us to get some more experience. 2 T-Rexes and 3 Brontos. I'm gonna kill everything in the area with the baryonyx while they're basically fighting each other, and that's gonna give me a lot of XP to get more levels. But this is just exactly what I was saying earlier. My baryonyx is a little bit too small. Doesn't have the fighting prowess, let's say, needed to take on so many creatures at once. So I killed the T-Rexes and I pretty much left the Brontos alone because I was losing too much HP there. Almost there, getting close to the first platform, and that's something that's really annoying. The bugs are getting spawned right after you pass the area, which is yeah, another mishap in Ark Mobile. Doesn't really help. You see them too late and you might get jumped if that happens, so be careful. Imagine if that happens with a couple of raptors, for example. And on baryonyx, raptors can actually take you down, as you see here. And it's really annoying because they can actually destroy your armor, which then you'll have to repair at a smithy, right? So, yeah, pretty nasty stuff when you get jumped like that. So, but then again, that's the baryonyx, man. I mean, what can I tell you? It's a very good caving creature, but still has some dangers attached to using it. So be careful, right? So okay, the night comes and it's pretty difficult to actually navigate towards this platform. There's like a road system that you have to take, otherwise you'll end up in a pretty nasty crevice down there. So when it's dark, it's quite hard to reach that platform. You have to be careful. In my opinion, torches don't really help. As you can see, the lumens, the light, it's quite low. So yeah. So I will take a couple of steps back here just to be able to reach the platform, but eventually I will do it. I will manage to do it. You pretty much have to follow the green rocks, the luminescent green rocks that are around you. So yep, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And at a certain point, it's like a platform that gets up instead of down if you follow this road, and you'll be able to reach the platform eventually without much discomfort, let's say. So it's better to do this during the day, so you don't get like get lost like I did here, for example, because I didn't see where the pathing was anymore, so I didn't exactly know how to proceed, but eventually I'm going to make it. Okay, so now I'm close to the platform. Just have to take a leap of faith here. And we'll be there. Eventually. And man, there's a lot of these giant mosquitoes in here. So you have to be careful. You have to attack first, otherwise it's gonna be pretty hard to kill them with a tame. Yep. It's hard enough. But the sights are pretty damn beautiful in here as well. The way this place is constructed looks really good. As you can see, it's pretty hard to attack the mosquito if you didn't kill it in the first attack, because they pretty much lift themselves above the attack range of the baryonyx, which is considered a small dinosaur. So, yep, it's all about hitboxes, man. What can I tell you? So here it is, the first platform. I just have to take out a Terry that spawned here. I'll do that because it's a very low level, and after that I will be able to pay as tribute the artifact, and I'm going to get a reward. And also in here there's a key that you can use for doing dungeons, but obviously we do not want to do dungeons at this stage of the game because we don't have good armor and weapons to do it. We just want the reward for the artifact, which we are going to pay as tribute. Then you're gonna get yourself a small reward, which obviously the armor is crap, but you do get that 10 times taming effectiveness